All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Purple Podcast. This is your host, Austin Izard. How you doing today? Hope you're doing all right. I'm joined today, as always, by my co-hosts, Griffin and Mike Fletcher. Getting the last names out there for those of you who don't know us. Any newcomers here, welcome. Of course, we've got a good one in store for you today. Tropic Thunder. Let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. If you maybe you might not like this movie. There's plenty of controversy surrounding it. And if for whatever reason this movie is not your bag, you don't care for it, well, you probably wouldn't be here to begin with. We'll go ahead and say that. But if this is something that's not going to be your bag, baby, as we like to say here, we'll give you a second here right in the beginning to see yourself on the way or see yourself out the door. Good tidings to you and farewell. All right, now that those pussies are away, guys, how we doing today?
Oh God,
man! I'll jump in, Dad. I'm doing great, Oss. We had the big snowfall, lot of ice out in Lexington. I know Austin, my dad, and I, we had a conversation earlier this week. I think he thought we were exaggerating. We got off work for 2 days, man, and it is icy out here. And all I'm hearing in the office and everywhere is, man, everyone else did not get it as bad as Lexington. So maybe that's the case. But I've been enjoying this week. It's been a nice change of pace.
Yeah, I feel like I heard Cincinnati was kind of getting it rough, so you're not too far from that area. So makes sense that you might have gotten it a little bit rough. I mean, we got it pretty heavy too, and my street specifically is still not plowed. So
oh yeah.
But as soon as you get off, it's just my specific, like neighborhood street is still literally just it's become ice at this point. Basically, snow is compacted and as hard as a rock.
You know how it is. I mean, mine's the same way, Austin. My car is still sliding in the neighborhood, but of course I got on a call with my dad, and he's going, back in my day, you had to be at work. You had to be at work, man. All of you say you're all soft, and I was like, whoa, man.
You sound like four-leaf over there.
It's kind of bad. Hey,
OFL.
take him off the fucking grid.
FL back right there. That's
Hey, Dad took it, Austin. He got the best line of the movie. He already did it.
I wrote the book.
Yeah.
What the hell is he? I'm four-leaf Tayback. I wrote the book. No, guys. I had a coworker. He called me 2 days ago, and he lives in Lexington. And he said, guys, it was bad. He actually fell down on some ice. Really hurt I think it was his ankle, he said. He might have sprained his wrist and all of this stuff. And it's like, oh, man, here I just given Griffin shit about, not going, you're a big wuss. Go to work, just drive slow. Be careful and all that. So, yeah, I called him back, apologized to him. So I felt really bad about it. Don't like that. I like being right, as you two know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Griff, this was your pick. Give us a little insight on your experience with this movie, why you picked it, what it means to you.
Absolutely. So this movie came out in 2008, directed by Ben Stiller, who stars in the movie.
Also written by him
as actor extraordinaire Tug Speedman, Tugger Nuts, if you want to call him that, as his manager, the Pecker calls him. No, I mean, I just remember this was one of those, Austin, my grandma, my dad's mom, she used to get DVDs because she worked at Walmart or Walgreens. She worked at Walgreens. She'd get these DVDs. I think this is one she just picked up and gave to my dad. He threw it on one day at our old house in Austin. You know how it is. It starts out, you think you're watching these commercials. You see Booty Sweat. You see the Fatties. You see Satan's Alley and Scorcher. Scorcher 6, but no.
How about sequels? They were a little ahead of it, weren't they? That's all we get these days now, so they were still on topic.
They were on it, but I mean, once it got to the actual movie, you see Sandusky's guts get cut out, and you're like, "What is happening?" You don't know that they're filming the movie in that moment. They're saying flying F-bombs, they're cussing every 12 seconds, and I was exposed to a lot of stuff, but even my dad after that beginning scene said, you know what, Griffin, I don't think you need to be watching this one. So he actually, it was a very, very rare, I don't think you need to watch this one. Somewhere down the line, we just picked it back up. And man, this just became a favorite of ours. I mean, it's just one of the funniest movies around. Every line, I can recite them all day.
I mean, 08 puts you at about like third grade, somewhere around that range.
I was 11. I mean, however old that is. But it was, well, I mean,
maybe,
whatever you want to say, but man, something funny. My buddy Jeremy, he loves this movie too, and we found out that we both liked it when we were in high school, and that kind of reinvigorated it for me. But I don't know. If people ask me, I very often say, honestly, it's the only thing I say. I tell them that Tropic Thunder is my favorite movie, and that's
really
the God's honest truth. It really
How
is.
about that?
I love this movie, so like you said, I mean, there are some controversial bits. I think the saving grace is that controversy is shrouded in this very self-aware satire. We even have Brandon T. Jackson. He is a black man who is in this movie, and he's making fun of Robert Downey Jr.'s character, Sergeant Lincoln Osiris Kirk Lazarus, the whole time. Yeah. So, I think that kind of gives it a little bit of another layer, but
in research too, they knew what they were making, right? That there would be questions. I don't think the disabled community took to it so well, but the black community, when they aired it for, I'm not sure what the organization was, it reviewed well. They loved Kirk Lazarus, like they thought it was funny, and I don't know another way that you could get away with doing blackface, within reasonably too, like it should not be done, right? But in this, where it is a very self-aware kind of Russian doll peel back, it's actors playing actors kind of thing. It's making fun of Hollywood in the extent that they will go to play a role, whatever it may be.
You're telling me my best friend, 15 years, my client, you expect me to let him die in the jungle? I mean, exactly like you said, Austin. I think it's just such a play. It's such a play on how the functions of that industry and how, BS silly it is. I think you're exactly right.
It pokes every single button if there is, it pokes fun at, of course it's got blackface, insane. But it works. I hope we don't see it again. I don't know how it would. Maybe they have a Tropic Thunder 2 at some point, and then that makes sense. A crazy thing to consider is that the Marvel universe that became what it was, built on Iron Man, released in 2008, came out the same year as Tropic Thunder. Robert Downey Jr. The Marvel universe, if this goes poorly, could have just, fell flat from the very beginning, just because, the guy in The Outsiders, I can't remember what his name was, the lead role, he played blackface in one movie, and it ruined it.
Thomas C. Howe.
Yeah, I can't remember what the movie is.
Thomas Howe.
It derailed his career. So
and
just to take the roles.
I think it was Soul Man.
Yeah, that's what it's called. But it does that. Mental disability jokes. Of course, it says the word retard about 1 million times in this thing.
In succession, too. That's it's just one after another for old Simple Jack, of course.
Absolutely. And, I guess the workaround there and what they're saying is, there's plenty of movies that have people who are not disabled in any kind of way, don't have any kind of mental disabilities. I Am Sam, the movies they call out in this, the old don't go full retard, which is one of the best monologues in the whole thing, really. Oh, the Oscars hates that. They don't play that. That shit's hilarious. But there's also a lot of gay jokes in here. We get Satan's Alley within the first 2 minutes of the movie. Hilarious stuff. Fat jokes, stolen valor jokes. You got Sergeant Payback.
You've got kids farting all over the.
Little kids thrown off bridges. Jewish jokes. Les Grossman's supposed to be a high Jewish exec that's an asshole. It does it all. So, where I come from, I would never apologize for liking this one. It's a funny movie leave it at that. That's how I see it, kind of thing. So,
guys, let me interject here. If you know, I mean, guys, growing up, there were movies from Mel Brooks where he did a lot of this. I mean, if you go back to Blazing Saddles, you go back to Young Frankenstein, you go back to,
they might not have been so aware of, this one's a comedy. Those were probably a little misplaced.
History of the World Part 1, Austin, History of the World Part 2, Piss Boy, I mean, it goes on and on and on. So have they done this before? Yes. Did Ben Stiller? I think Ben Stiller and I think all of these actors, I applaud them, the bravery to do a movie like this. You know what? This is fun. It's poking fun at everyone. Shit, you're purple. They're going to poke fun at you. They poke fun at the drugs. They have things about,
Flaming Dragon.
Yeah. I mean, Tran, that little guy, and, little half squat. That's the cutest little boy ever. I mean, they poke fun at everybody. I mean, the handicap, you had 4-leaf Tayback sitting there with the hooks, and he pulls his hands out. He pulls his arms off. Danny McBride's character pulls his arms out, and there he is sitting there with his hands. And when he goes, this time I lost it. It was, gosh.
Well, there's a point in like the end, the final scene, when Tayback runs up to Kirk Lazarus and grabs him, like, "You have hands!" Like, you have hands. It's a very quick moment that they pass right on by.
Yeah.
But funny shit. One of the reviews I watched that I had read about this is someone said watching this movie, it was a negative review, said it was like watching it is like getting mugged by a clown, which I thought was a funny way to put that. I don't necessarily agree with the guy, but nonetheless.
But guys, right off the bat, like Griffin said, you got Satan's Alley, you got Scorcher, right off the bat. My daughter has never seen this. When that came out, she's never seen it, Griff. She looked at me and she goes, "What is going on, Dad? Is this the movie?" And she goes, and then all of a sudden what's his?
People moving up. People moving in.
Al Pacino comes in, booty. He says that,
I love the pussy.
Yeah. And then he's talking about and the booty sweat and busting up bar. You're like, oh my God. She goes, "Dad, this is crazy." And it's meant to be crazy. I mean, look at the names. I mean, Tug Speedman. I mean, what's that mean? I mean, come on. Kirk Lazarus, then he's Lincoln Osiris. Jeff Portnoy. I can't remember.
Jeff
what was
Portnoy.
his name?
We got Damien Cockburn.
Damien Cockburn. Rick Peck. 4-leaf Tayback. It goes on. Fun. Kevin Sandusky. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It's such silliness. You don't take this one, you don't take it at face value. You just have fun with it and laugh with the jokes and move on. So.
Well, let's get into this here, guys. Plot line of this, very brief, very quick. This movie comes out August 13th of 2008, as we said. Through a series of freak occurrences, a group of actors shooting a big-budget war movie are forced to become the soldiers they are portraying. Quick tagline, nice little entry, as we already mentioned, directed and written by Ben Stiller here. The movie has a $90 to $92 million budget. Pretty big budget movie, which you would... Makes sense with the ensemble cast that we have here. Ends up making 195.7. So I guess it wasn't all too upsetting. Enough people got in the theaters to see that one. What an interesting year in movies, too. A good one. Another thing to note is that, Robert Downey Jr. gets nominated for a supporting
Lincoln
actor
Osiris
at the Oscars for this.
Wow.
He gets nominated for it. And the only reason that I say he didn't win is because we got the best villain performance of all time in Heath Ledger as the Joker, which is also a posthumous award.
Was that considered supporting?
Yeah. Because Batman's, the main character technically
Fair
there.
Enough. Yeah, I mean, that's no competition.
In terms of ratings, it's, right about where you would put it, I would think. 7.1 on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes 82%, Letterboxd 3.6 out of 5. Let me give you something here in terms of just my things I like and the things that I don't like about this movie, and then I'll give my review and I'll send it on over your way here. Big things. The ensemble cast is awesome. Just about everyone does a great job in their part and in their role. I think Jack Black is hilarious in this thing. I think Kirk Lazarus is the best in this thing. Tug, great. Pecker, great. Grossman, great. Cockburn, great. Four-Leaf, great. I mean, I don't know if there's one bad performance. I like Tran. I like all these guys.
Cody.
Half Squad even. Give it to Half Squad. Yeah, Cody. That guy with his ear. I don't know if I ever saw his burnt off ear before, but noticed it this time around. But just awesome. I think the premise is also a really fun one for a comedy. Actors playing actors in this movie. Really kind of cool. The biggest thing, and it's touching on stuff that we've already talked about, is this is just a 2000s comedy. Unapologetically funny, pushes every button it possibly can, and that's what I love so much about it. This movie, you think it gets made today? And no, maybe Tropic Thunder 2, just because it already has had success and there's an audience. And I think still people would think it was funny if this was original picture today. I just think it's much more difficult to get a movie like this made today. They don't make comedies like they used to. The 2000s were a really good run. You put this one right in with those like Will Ferrell movies that you adore so dearly. It's right in the mix. It's honestly surprising he's not in it. Like this feels like a Will Ferrell gag ass movie, just those laughing stuff. It just is what it is. Things I don't like, and it's going to be few here. More Damian Cockburn. I would have liked some more of that cat. He was great.
So you want some more Cockburn?
I want some more Cockburn. Another one here. Where's the Les Grossman spinoff at?
Oh, God.
Apparently, it's actually... I wrote this note down before doing any kind of research. Apparently, it is in the works. This might happen.
Gosh.
This might happen.
God.
And then the third one is that Nicolas Cage isn't in it.
Nick Cage! Oh, man.
Yeah.
Mentioned that fella early.
No doubt.
Out of, if I have to get a star rating, I'm giving this one a 4. A nice, solid... I don't think it's getting into A yet, but a nice solid B+ for me. Just a solid movie. And it's difficult for comedies too, like to reach above that, because you're looking for something transformative. And this could be. You could say that. But, it's just not one that I would rate that highly in terms of, it's still high. 4 out of 5. It's a great rating. And I really enjoyed the movie. So that's my speak. Go on, fellas.
Heck yeah. What do you exactly want me to be talking about? Just because I could talk all day about how much I love this movie.
I just want you to give me a nice broad brush and your rating out of 5. That's all. Oh
gosh, well, this movie for me is a 5. It's a 5 out of 5 stars, and that's just because
perfect.
It managed to do that thing that some art just does for certain people. It sounds silly because it's a comedy movie because it's Tropic Thunder, but it touched me some way. I love this movie. I think it's amazing. It reminds me of my dad. It reminds me of watching this with you, Dad, and just hanging out and having fun. I mean, you could...
Oh, Mike might cry on camera.
I know. All of the lines that I know from this flick and the ones I use every single day, it's hilarious because... I got to watch this with Amy, and this was her first time watching it. She had the same comment, Dad, at the very beginning, because it starts out, the first line of the movie is, I love the pussy. I mean, that's the first thing. And she's like,
what, is this still the ad?
Yeah, what's going on? I mean, that's the whole thing. And I think it was just so much fun for me getting to share that with her, and also now getting to make jokes, because, little things happen in life, and one of my jokes, it's one of my favorite scenes too, I'm telling you, is in that moment when the Pecker sees Les Grossman and he's trying to say, hey, how the hell can we help out my guy Tug here, my client? And Les just turns it into an opportunity to make a lot of money and to sell old Pecker on a G5 airplane. I mean, that stuff's just so funny, man. Playa. Oh, it's so good. I mean, I don't know, man. This movie, it speaks to me in one of the best ways. It It's one of my favorite films of all time. I just think it's hilarious, and I think I think everybody in it does a fantastic job of being themselves and filling their roles. And man, it's just one of those movies, man. That's all it is to me.
For sure. The way I would liken it in my world is Austin Powers. Not only is Austin Powers International Man of Mystery, to be specific, the first one, is not only a 5-star movie for me, but it is. I think it's in my top 4 on Letterboxd. It is a top 4 movie of mine. And just the way you look back on it so fondly. So I think that's what you get those nostalgia points.
Well,
especially
and still,
with.
I've seen this movie countless times, and watching it back, it's still hilarious to me. It's still cracking me up, and it's still just. It has a very, very special place in my heart, and I mean, that's something you can't fake. That just happens. So
yes, sir.
I love Tropic Thunder. What about you, Dad?
Yep. He's knocking.
Guys, that's Child Protective Services right now, probably coming to get me.
Father of the beer.
Yeah.
I got you on a wanted poster.
Guys, oh my God. So what Griffin is saying, I would love to debate that, but that is a true statement. The previews, guys, when we first watched this, it was so shocking. And so, when you see him drinking booty sweat and have a busted
I'm
nut
getting
bar.
thirsty. Mind if I pop some booty sweat?
Booty
I got
sweat
back in Da Nang.
Back out in Da Nang, yeah. Oh my God!
No one's out with ass water.
And I love when the
shameless plug.
The drug dealer, they're going through the woods and they see, and he goes, booty sweat. It's just funny. But guys, I think this is a 5-star movie.
They should have used booty sweat to make a bomb or something. Maybe that's another dislike.
Yeah,
they needed to
been
get booty sweat in there somehow.
But this is a 5-star movie to me.
Right.
The reason I say that is look at the cast. Look what Ben Stiller did with this. I mean, Tom Cruise, if you all remember, I know so many people that have watched this with me, come over to my place and I'm like, guys, I got a funny one, back in the day. And I put it on and they're like, dude, who played Les Grossman? They didn't even know. Yeah. Tom Cruise said, hey, I'll be in your movie to Ben Stiller, but I want a bald head. I want big, fat, hairy arms, and I want to dance.
They were going to make him another character at one point, and they wrote that character in.
Said,
he brought that character in. Yeah, that was his kind of idea he brought to life.
And he wanted to dance. So, this was a perfect movie. Again, it's got everything. I mean, it's even got Maria Menounos, and I love her. Every time when I go to the movies, I like, here's my girl, so I just love her. So they brought in everybody. They brought in the house for this movie to make this thing a winner, and I think they did.
Damn right.
Well,
fellas,
absolutely.
I think we move on now into some of our favorite scenes. I'll send it all over to you there, Griff. Get you started off. It's your pick, so we'll just keep on moving with you.
I'll limit it to 3 scenes. I already let the cat out of the bag. Well, my favorite scene of this movie is a pretty early one. It's right after Cockburn is really screwing up. They have the huge explosion that doesn't even get filmed.
Oh, no.
And they're in this big meeting with the main exec, Les Grossman. He's on a little call, and he says, who the hell is this director? They point out to Damien. He goes, hey, who's the key grip here? And this guy raises his hand. He says, all right, I need you to go up to that director and punch him in the face. Really fucking hard. And the dude just gets cracked in his jaw. It's the funniest thing. It's so
Griffin, the best part of that is when he hits him, you can see the screen in the background, and you see Les Grossman go, oh!
Yeah. He loves it. And then, of course, one of the best lines, it's in the same meeting where he's talking to Cockburn, telling him he better buck up. I mean, and the lines, they're infinite, the hilarity. He says something, all of a sudden he's talking about, hey, if you want to get your actors to act right, you got to spank that ass, all of a sudden, Sergeant Four-Leaf Tayback in the back, acting like he's the big dick, says, hey, spanking a child turns him into a little snot. You need to let your boys into the real shit. Of course, Les, I'm sorry, I'm making this not funny, but basically Les looks at him after he gives this big spiel. He says, oh, so who the hell are you? Can you answer for me, Dad? Who are you? Who's this guy?
I'm Four-Leaf Tayback. I wrote the book.
Oh, you're a true American. This nation owes you a huge debt. Now shut the fuck up and let me do my job. God, it's so good.
Just a little bit more forceful, too. You know?
Now shut the fuck up and let me do my job.
And the best thing is the entire time they're showing it from the view where you can see, like the Zoom meeting, and you see Grossman's face get close up, and he's like, ugh.
And it's like that Jaws scene, like you said as well, just kind of the scratching on chalkboard kind of thing with his apple.
He takes that diet Coke.
Oh yeah, and he's scratching the can. Diet Coke. Oh God, Sergeant Four-Leaf Tayback. I wrote the book. God, it's so good. I mean, Dad, we've said that a million times. My second,
Griffin, I have to ask you this. I'm sorry, guys, but this was fun. I have to ask you, did Amy go, oh, shit, this is where you and your dad say these things? Because, I mean, Griffin and his girlfriend went on a trip with us to Florida, and Griffin and I must have said these lines at least 100 times, as we're having sangria or we're having, a bourbon and Coke or something. And, I mean, she had to have gone, oh my God, that's your asshole dad right there saying that line again.
Yeah, she's picking him up, but I
wrote the book.
I'm just like a little boy playing with his dick when he's nervous.
That's a great one. Hey, Austin, one I always get my dad with. It's at the beginning when Kirk's going to the bathroom and Cockburn's following him like, hey, you gotta be here. He says, nah, I'm going to the bathroom. You want to hold my dick? God,
he calls him so you teabag, you pasty teabag.
Poor old cock.
I love that. You want to hold my dick? God, it's so funny. My second scene I love is when we get the Pecker again at Les Grossman's office. I already said it, but Pecker goes, my client of 15 years, one of my best friends. You expect me to let him die in the jungle for a couple of million, for this much money?
100 million.
For 100 million in a G5 airplane? And the look on Les's face as he just stares blankly at him. What's he say, Dad?
Griffin, he's a foot shorter than Peck, and he looks right at him and he goes, yes. Yes, I do.
Hey, a G5 airplane?
Aeroplane? Yes. And lots of money. And then he puts on the apple bottom jeans, and he's just sitting there doing his. And then you've got, what's his name? Bill? Is it Hader?
Bill Hader, yeah.
He's in the background, and he's just he's a hype man, and he's singing, big. He's singing "Big Dick Player," and he's like, swing, and he's going swinging way past your knees. I mean, he is. Bill Hader, he does not get enough credit in this movie. And I say that every time because he is the hype man and he's great.
Yeah, this is little crony.
It's so good. The whole thing is great. I mean, it's so funny. Something that kind of sucks, but I will mention my last favorite scene I'll mention now. And again, I could just keep going on. I had to watch this on Paramount Plus. I have a DVD player. I have the DVD. But I don't have a remote because I just got it from someone I work with. He let me, he gave me this DVD player, but there's no remote. I couldn't actually play the DVD. I couldn't click the button to play it. Mm-hmm. Some of the scenes on Paramount Plus were different. It was not the same exact movie, I swear. And I'm realizing there's a scene that was not on Paramount Plus. And Dad, it's when Tug walks up to the party. Everyone just got done with this terrible day of shooting and everyone's partying. No one's even paying attention. And he interrupts. He says, hey guys, I got to tell you about this book I helped write. It's called The Boy No One Wanted to Be Friends With, or whatever the hell it is. He goes on this little spiel saying, hey, the theme of the story is, if you think about it, we're all kind of
I never saw that.
And he repeats it, if you think about it, we're all kind of the same. And, he's trying to make this big moment. Jack Black's character just goes, Simple Jack suck ass!
Simple Jack suck ass!
No, I remember that. See, I remember thinking that. That's funny you say that because
it wasn't
great that you remember that.
I felt the party was missing. That the party scene didn't happen.
That was different. I'm telling you, when I told the "you want to hold my dick" joke, that was not on Paramount Plus. That's on the DVD.
Yeah, it wasn't.
There was another scene where when
I think that one isn't it?
I don't think it was.
Because he's walking to the porta potty in like the first scene, right?
Yeah, but he does. I don't think he said, "You want to hold my dick." I think he said something else on Paramount Plus.
No, he doesn't.
I swear. It doesn't matter, but then there's another scene where when Tug is getting taken into that prison camp or whatever, there's like this, in this version of it, he had like this like spit match with one of the people that was taking him in. I don't think that was on the DVD. That was like, I had this weird moment. I was like, I've never seen this scene before, but it doesn't matter. That's one of my favorite scenes though, because my dad and I, We've done the Simple Jack suck ass. We've done that a million times too. So I'll get my dad, Austin. I'll get him sometimes. I'll be like, hey, if you think about it, we're all kind of the same.
Oh, I've heard you say
Let's
it
be
sure.
friends.
I've definitely heard that one from you guys.
I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm not being fun, but I got to say the whole spiel or my brain just will short circuit. I just love it so much. But those are my favorite scenes, guys.
Guys, here's I've got to go. I'm like bouncing out of my seat right now. There's a scene with Damien Cockburn. And Damien Cockburn, and guys, you all can, I love saying Cockburn. That's so funny. There's a scene where he's talking about, doing the shots, they're in the jungle now, and he's basically saying, he calls them maggots when they're in the helicopter, acting all bad.
Maggots.
In front of maggots. Four-leaf tayback. And he says something to the effect of, hey, the chopper's going to be, taking, doing video, doing the photography, the camera, and I will be as well. So think of the chopper as God, and think of me as Jesus Christ. Now let's go make the greatest war movie of all time. Click, click, boom. Yeah, says Portnoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the look.
No, you can't have any fucking jelly beans.
Yeah. And Stiller's face is like, gosh, that was great special effects. That he did that. That just, man.
He's holding up the head.
He's holding up the head.
Corn syrup.
Yeah, it's corn syrup and latex. Gosh, that's great stuff. And I also like Steppenwolf. The song called "The Pusher" is playing, and it says, "I smoked a lot of grass.
Yeah.
I popped a lot of pills." Yeah, and Jack Black is chasing that damn bat. This bat grabs his pills, and he's chasing the bat around to get his pills. And then the crazy bastard, he grabs the bat. He finally catches it because the bat's so drugged up on all the pills that the bat.
Oh, you OD'd.
He starts eating them. Oh God!
Yeah, you OD'd. So good.
And my last one, and Griffin, I'm piggybacking off a little bit what you said. But Grossman and Peck, they finally realized that Flaming Dragon is a heroin manufacturer in Southeast Asia. The phone rings. Grossman.
The Golden Triangle, yep.
Yeah. Les Grossman answers, and he goes, Les Grossman. And he goes, we haven't received the price is now $100 million. You may pay now or Simple Jack dies. Grossman says, go fuck yourself. We don't negotiate with terrorists. And Bill Hader's in the background.
The whole room.
Everybody. God, it's just, God, it's great. And
go to town. Skin the bastard. I don't care. Go to town.
And then he says, Griffin on piggybacking off here, he says, way down the road, we'll file an insurance claim. And, Speedman is,
preferably before the end of the year.
Speedman is a dying star. We've been handed an incredible
That's Mike's let's face it moment.
That's physics.
Let's face it. Speedman is a dying star.
Oh, God, it was so good.
No one's dressing up as Scorcher anymore for Purim.
Oh, and the other one that I thought was funny was Lincoln Osiris is crying, and Four-Leaf Tayback, which is Tug Speedman, can't cry. But his hands, guys, what did you all think of when you saw his hands? Did you all think the same thing I did? It looked like a Demi Gordon.
Oh, God.
No,
I went, oh, my God. There's what they got the Demi Gordon from.
Hey, I do have to say this, too. Just as a kind of special mention, man, at the beginning when we see Satan's Alley, God, something I still think of and laugh about today, and special shout out to my buddy Jeremy, like I said, when you see Kirk Lazarus or like, and to be condemned was to die, and he goes, ah! And you just see his face real quick scream.
We still do that. It's so stupid. Every time something doesn't go our way, we go, ah! And you got to do it with the veins in your neck.
I love that. And then, of course, they're like, MTV's Best Kiss Award winner, Tobey Maguire.
And then the music picks up. It's like all intensity. He grabs on his rope. And to be condemned was to die.
The Beijing Film Festival's coveted Crying Monkey Award.
Well, I'll take over on favorite scenes if you're done now.
Take it over.
One of my favorite scenes is that intro of those trailers. I think it's hilarious. You got, Scorcher, he's back again, kind of thing. And then the fatties, he's just farting. You get Jack Black.
You can't do what I do.
They only like me. They only think what is the word? They only laugh at my farts when he's all pissed off at the end. When he's got Tran and he's going for the poppy and he's trying to talk him out.
And then he ekes one out. Oh shit!
But Satan's Alley is hilarious.
See, that's funny.
Another great one. Just the whole talking shop about the Simple Jack performance, where Tug is obviously like, man, I love the director on Jack, Like, what? Kirk, what are you talking about? So you a moron. You were ironical, an imbecile, like the dumbest bastard on earth.
About the stupidest motherfucker who ever lived.
like farting in the bathtub and thinking it's funny as hell.
I think that was at a different point, but yeah, same thing. He's like, oh yeah, it held over. You were still in the bathtub laughing.
Oh God, man,
that's a great one. But I mean, all the Les Grossman dancing scenes just really take me over. Tom Cruise,
he kind of stole the show.
There's a reason why, like, there are talks about having it's in motion.
I stole when he's doing that little like smack the ass dance move. I stole that damn move, man. That's one of mine. I couldn't get.
They play the best songs for him too. You got Apple Bottom Jeans and then Get Back by Ludacris at the end. What a way to just walk out of the movie. But another really good one I love when like Jack Black. Obviously he is just completely falling out from drugs. He's having a terrible time. They tie him up.
You have to tie me.
Your mother's a cankerous whore. Oh, man. When I said that a long time ago, that your mother was a cankerous whore, I didn't mean that.
I didn't mean it.
She's not.
She's not. And then the whole, Al Pacino revealing that he's gay, the Lance line,
Yeah.
That just the sit down fire talk. And Jack Black's just kind of in the background. I guess he's hearing everything here. And he's, Lance? Lance! He's like, when you wrote, I love the pussy, were you thinking about dangling the dice on Lance's forehead? And Jack Black has the line, maybe the best line in the whole thing. Come over here, Al Pacino. I'll cradle the balls, stroke the shaft, work the pipe, and swallow the gravy. Get on over here, buddy. Let's get this through this. So just man, good shit. I probably should have came more prepared with lines. I'm trying to see if there was anything better here.
Austin,
that I missed.
what about
I love the ain't nothing but a thing at the beginning.
Yeah.
His hands are gone. What else? Did I have anything with quotes? No, you can't have any fucking jelly beans. I already got that one. But man, I think we move on into our characters, our character categories here.
Another suck my unit, Kirk.
Yeah,
That's another great one.
What about when Lincoln Osiris says, "You all, I got a treat for you. You all know back from before the war broke out, I was a saucier in San Antonio. I bet I bet I could collar up some greens. Yeah, noodles, some crawfish, Patty. Yeah,
That how we all talk.
and maybe some crab apples for dessert. Now you hear, ah! And Al Pacino, it's so great because, Al Pacino, he just looks at him. Brandon T looks at him and says, and I think he made the scene so great. He says, "You're Australian. Be Australian." It was great.
You're crossing a line.
Yeah.
Fucking Al Dundee.
Ding away to baby. You know that's a real story.
Golly. That was
And then
that
the
was
fight
great.
they get in and he catches his punch.
Yeah.
And he says the Jeffersons. Like,
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Guys, you all want me to start out?
Sure, go for it.
Favorite character, guys.
Well, give us your three. Your
I most certainly will. How about Les Grossman? I mean, Austin, you said it, the dance scenes, the hairy ass arms, not even knowing who the hell.
crab claws.
Yeah. Oh, those fat sausage fingers.
Yeah.
And skin it. That was, oh God, those are great lines. My sixth man. How about Pecker? He to me is the best sixth man. The Peck is on the TiVo mission. And
Oh yeah, yes.
when our boy calls in, when Speedman calls in, and he says, man, he goes, I've done something really bad. I've done something awful. And right off the bat,
I've killed the thing I love most.
He goes, I killed what I love most. He goes, you killed a hooker? Get yourself some bleach. And then he says, no.
Nick need a shitload of lime.
He goes, I killed a panda. He goes, that's probably not even a real name. I died. I didn't remember that.
Amanda?
Yeah, it was so good. And my sad sack, guys, is Damian Cockburn. When he says, I'm Jesus Christ, now let's go on film the greatest war movie to ever be filmed. Click, click, boom. It's like, it doesn't get any better than that to me.
That's great.
And we'll wait, do the last one, Austin, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's our hammer.
Yeah, we got to drop that one.
Hey man, I mean, my favorite character in this movie is Les Grossman, but if I had to pick a second, it would be Kirk Lazarus. It'd be Robert Downey. I mean, I just think that he's so funny in the movie. All of the lines.
Ain't no Chris Angel mind freak.
Him taking the map from Tug by pulling out hey man, you're looking shredded like a Julian salad.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Just to get him.
What have you been doing? Look like Rambo.
Yeah.
In the second one.
Like Rambo 2.
He's just so funny, man. I mean, I love him. For my sixth man, Dad, I was going to say the Pecker as well, but I think you could just as easily talk about Cody, Danny McBride's
I had him
character.
as my next one.
I think you could pick him. I think you could pick Tayback, wrote the book, Sergeant Fourleaf, but maybe we give some love to Cody because I think he's really funny. He's telling Tayback, hey, man, I love Tropic Thunder. This was my Bible, Yeah. This is what I was on.
This is my catcher in the rye.
Yeah, this is my catcher in the rye. Yeah, I mean, that's just so funny. And I almost blinded Jamie Lee Curtis on Freaky Friday. This will ruin me.
I'm in deep shit.
And then when he yells out, Mother Nature just pissed her pants.
I mean, the whole movie, man. I love that. But
I need some motherfuckers who speak English up here. God damn it. That's
Who
the most
speak
Danny
American.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. That's the most Danny McBride line in the whole thing. But I love the, oh my God, you're a fucking garbage man. Damn it. FL T-Back lies to me and the whole US of A.
Yeah.
Oh, man. My sad sack dad is going to be actually our man Kevin Sandusky. No one remembers his name the whole movie.
No, it's till the very end.
We haven't even talked about him.
Yeah. You're going to be one coochless motherfucker. I mean, he never, old Sandusky, man.
Brooklyn.
He's talking to Kirk at one point, and Kirk looks back. He says, "You've been talking to me the whole time?" Oh, my God. He gets smacked on his ass when he's trying to take a piss twice by Kirk and by Tug because they're trying to get some, colluding going on with him. I think that he does a great job in this movie too. It's a really underappreciated role, I would say, but he's the one who comes up with the whole plan. He says the wet offensive, like in the book, in the script. You guys read that, right? No one else has seen it,
right?
I
feel like there's a bit with that actor in another movie where everyone forgets his name. I swear to God, it might be This Is the End.
I was about to say it could be This Is the End.
Yeah, with also Danny McBride, which is great.
He'd be my sad sack though, but I still love him. I mean, I think he does a great job too. So, and they're all sad sacks if you really think about it. I mean, you got Tug, he's on the decline. Of course, he turns up in the end, but he's kind of a sad sack. Kirk doesn't even know who the fuck he is. You could call him a sad sack. Oh, Portnoy, drugged out, and, getting tied to a damn tree. I mean, all of them.
They only laugh at my farts.
I mean, my God.
I love that line. Cracked me, man. And for some reason, it just really fucking hit me hard when he said that. It was hilarious.
Well, who you got, Austin?
My favorite character is Kirk Lazarus.
Kirk.
I mean, this movie does not work without Kirk Lazarus and Robert Downey Jr.'s performance, Oscar-nominated performance, which is
there you go.
fucking insane. In 2008, which is not all that long ago, really, that a black-faced performance got nominated for that's insane, and it works. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Kirk Lazarus. Undeniably my favorite character in this one. My sixth man is Les Grossman. Shows up in another department. He's not a main character. He's my sixth man for sure. There's plenty of options for sixth man too. Like I said, Tran is kind of he's a nice villain to have. You could pick Tran. You could pick Half Squad. I like that little cat. And then he starts stabbing him on the way out.
Twigman.
Twigman.
You can call me Papa.
Papa.
I have a connection with these guys. I'm going back. But my sad sack is Damien Cockburn, and it's by a mile too. At least the other people have some resolution at the end. They don't even give him an in memoriam at the Tropic Thunder Oscar. Kind of.
He gets David Beckham.
They don't give a shit about Damien Cockburn. He got black. Honestly, they probably they wrote him off like a. They wrote him off like a tax incentive or something. They probably got his insurance money is what Les Grossman did. He probably has another little side pot from this
You're
movie.
right, Dad. After Tug grabs his head, he damn punts it. God, it's so good, man. An old French mine.
But the other two that I had as options were definitely Tug Speedman. I mean, he's simple Jack. He's the saddest sack throughout this entire film. He's the one who runs the distance that has the hardest go. He is a sad sack, that is for sure. What does he say? He's like, someone likes me, or someone
said they were close to me.
Yeah.
And then they play some sound effect or something like a whoo.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's what it is. Themes and things, fellas.
Oh.
All right, guys. How about the most expensive fake war story?
Tropic Thunder.
Movie about a movie.
Yes.
About making
Bungle
movies,
in the jungle. You make me happy.
This movie makes me happy.
Happy. How about pistol whipping a blind kid? How about Scorched Earth?
Oh, there it is.
How about Cry Harder?
Nice.
TiVo. We have to give a shout out to TiVo.
What's aged the worst? Probably TiVo. Actually,
I bought that stock years ago, by the way. How about How about Diet
You
Coke?
might be the real sad sack, Mike.
Diet Coke.
Yeah. Oh, that was a bad one. How about killing an endangered species? Shave your head and get back on the monkey bars.
Ah!
Corn
God,
syrup and latex.
He's got all the lines.
And never go full.
Oh, man. I think that's pretty good. I mean, mine would just be, like you said, us in 2000.
Get some. That's a good
Get
theme.
some. 2000s comedy. This is a different breed. It really is. It
great.
really is. I'm going to say Ben Stiller. Because
Ben Stiller becomes a legend.
He is a legend. I mean, he wrote and directed this movie.
Yeah, he's a legend.
I didn't even fully appreciate how, I guess, crucial he was to making this movie happen. I think that's fantastic. Star-studded. I mean, we even get Jennifer Love Hewitt in here for a second. We get Lance.
John Voight.
Yeah, we get all kinds of people just popping in for just a moment. You're exactly right, Austin.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh.
I think is Beyonce it? Not Beyonce, but I think the model Tyra Banks. That's who.
Tyra Banks. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
She's in
Yvette
there.
Nicole. How about her? Brown from Drake and Josh, the
Oh,
manager
yeah.
at the theater. She's Peck's assistant.
Hey, we could say
Toby Maguire. I mean, yeah.
if we're gonna give a shout out to TiVo, we got to give a shout out to the Wii as well. Because that's what the Packers
right.
playing
You
in his
got
office.
That's awesome.
He's playing Wii bowling.
Jason Bateman's in this thing too. God, it's hilarious.
I mean, it just so good.
Yes, sir.
And man, if I had to, my last theme and thing, I don't know, man. I just gotta say, oh God, I don't know, Gutbuster, maybe, finding brotherhood in an unlikely spot. Who knows? But man, that I might as well just give it to you, Oz.
Yeah, I mean, first one. How about Les Grossman's crab claws? His just whole appearance is a whole theme in itself here. Vietnam songs, which is this is
Music
something that
was
I might
great.
start trying to kind of incorporate very smallly, or I don't think smallly's really a word, but
How many
basically-
wine glasses have you had, Oz? And
Oh,
what are you drinking?
Just one. This is a Pinot Grigio Sauvignon Blanc mix. It's actually just like a Boda box wine, a box,
Oh,
just a
okay.
box wine. So just drinking it to get drunk, kind of thing. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
I'm having a little bourbon
There
tonight.
you go.
I thought I'd
Hey,
get it rocking.
But what I was
Back on-
getting at,
Back on theme, Buffalo Springfield, maybe one
back
of
in
the
Da
best.
Nang.
One of the best. So, well, you get Rolling Stones too, but this.
You get
something
CCR, baby.
happening Here.
I love me
It's
some
what
CCR.
it is, ain't exactly clear.
Yeah, I mean, Vietnam
All of
songs
it.
are about as good as they get. You cannot
Temptations.
miss.
Creedence Clearwater, Revival, Steppenwolf, Rolling Stones, Buffalo Springfield, and Griffin. How about Edgar Winter Band, Frankenstein?
What about Ludacris and who's Apple Bottom
yeah,
Jeans?
yeah.
Is that Nelly?
That's got to be T-Pain. Boots with the fur, isn't it? It's got to be T-Pain, doesn't
What
it?
is that?
She hit the flow.
I
It's
don't.
Flow Rider. That's
Flow Rider.
We suck. That's terrible. Whatever. But basically what I was getting at in terms of like connecting the last movie, what we did, Vietnam. How about our tunnel rat back from
Yeah.
Song Sung Blue, old Hugh Jackman's character in that, Mike. Almost
Mike.
already forgot his name.
Yeah.
But that episode exists, guys. If you're out there and you've seen Song Sung Blue, or if you haven't and you just want to hear our review for whatever reason, because we're funny fellas, check that one out. It does exist. I think like a big one is just like actors and identity.
Yeah.
Obviously that's a giant focus. I got Tugger Nuts down here. I got Jack Black's sack in a couple ways. His jelly bean sack, and also when they got him in his undies when he's just riding along with this sack out for, the last probably act of the movie, quarter of the movie. Big one and last one here is just, what this movie is. It's offensive. It's a comedy. It's Hollywood satire, line after line, quote after quote. It's just a funny movie. Unapologetically is what it is. Stands the test of time. It would be really fun. I would love to see like a viewing of this where people got really pissed off. I would just like to be around and like experience that with them. Like people walking out of the theater, like this is wrong. No, turn this off. I would have a lot. I would have a lot of laughs.
Oh
in
God,
that kind of experience.
that would be fun. That'd be fun.
Some of my buddies a few years ago, we watched it with one of their girlfriends, and I don't think she liked it too much. It was one of those where like, hey, yeah, but oh my gosh, man.
That's great. Well, guys, the time has come. No more waiting. Is Tropic Thunder better with Nicolas Cage? And what role would he play?
Here he comes, Austin.
Guys, thing is,
Do we need a drum roll for this?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
We're getting it anyway.
Oh, this movie is, in fact, better with Nick Cage, and I'll tell you why.
If it's an ensemble movie, there is no shot that Nicolas Cage wouldn't make
And
the
the
movie
thing
better.
is, we like to say that there'd be too much star power if Nick Cage was in a movie, because often that is the case. I think in this movie, for some reason, it balances out just fine. I think you throw Nick Cage in, and I think it just heightens everything. I think you still get great performances from Ben Stiller, from Robert Downey Jr., from Jack Black, from Tom Cruise. And I'll say this. I think, unfortunately, you got to get rid of Sandusky. I think he just goes. I don't think his role, he was my sad sack. I don't think his role is big enough to justify keeping him in. I think you just let Nick Cage get in there. I don't know exactly what.
You think it's a different character, though?
Oh, it'd be a much different character. I think you need
the straight man, though. That's the thing, because I found myself not loving Sandusky
really
that much, but I found him to be, necessary in it. I feel like him and Al Pacino still has more funny parts. Sandusky is a bit of a wet sandwich, and that's just the character. That's just
he's
who he is.
little bit of a wet sandwich. I don't know. I think if you're gonna go maybe a different route, I think he could be. I think Matthew McConaughey in this movie is fantastic as the Pecker. I think it could be really damn funny to see Nick Cage in that role, kind of playing the manager, the representative, kind of doing the whole TiVo shtick. I think he could do that really funny too. I mean, and the thing is, it's for the same reasons as always, guys. You want that off the wall, just, rambunctious, crazy energy, and he could bring it. He would just fit in like damn peanut butter and chocolate, I'd say, man. I mean, my God. You get him in there, and I think this movie has even more staying power. I think well, I can't make that joke, but maybe Robert Downey's nomination, maybe that gets a little bit more credit today. Who knows? It might stand up even taller. Maybe Nick Cage takes the nomination away from him entirely and just wins the damn thing.
Maybe so.
What do you think, Pops?
Griffin, I thought you were going to go in another direction, but that's okay, because I'm going to finish this up for all of us since you didn't have the cojones to do it. He's Damien Cockburn. He is Damien Cockburn. Can you imagine? I mean, they'd have had to change that entire role for him.
I was about to say, Mike, we would run into one of our classic cases to where, you're barely into the movie and he's already gone. You're going to be missing him. You're going to be feeling that.
They would have had to change it around, and that key grip would have never punched him. He might have been punching he might have gone up and punched Four-Leaf or something. I mean, it would have been off the charts.
I was going to say he gets blasted, but somehow or another he remains alive, and they're just carrying his head
Half
with them
of
for
him
the whole
holds
movie.
on, and he's still, he's still Damien Cockburn. You gotta have.
He's like
Nick
it's
Cage.
like the Monty Python Holy Grail, like he's like missing some limbs, but he's like, oh, it's just a flesh wound, and he's still filming the movie. The whole time.
I mean, he's like
walking around with like he's just a nub. He's got no limbs, He's rolling around, cartwheeling through the forest, the jungle, like.
Oh my Lord! Yeah. What did you come up with, Oz? I can't wait to hear this. See if you can top that.
I mean, I'm sure I mean, the difficulty is you have to replace people. That is what we always struggle with.
Which we think this is a great cast.
I mean, Nick Cage. It's almost like I'm not sure what the role was we had before. There was just like he just has to be this role. There's no way you can't have him. It was Bad Bill on Love Actually, who I'm thinking of. It was it's like this is the perfect role for Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage as Les Grossman? How could it get any better than that? Aside from maybe Tom Cruise. Because it doesn't make sense. That's why that role worked so well for Tom Cruise. I saw a critical review of that saying like, oh, Tom Cruise is gyrating around, making an ass of himself, something along those lines to appeal to the younger audiences. It's like, no, man, I think it's just funny, you fucktard. So, like, I think Nicolas Cage's Les Grossman would be hilarious, but also I have it written down, and I don't know if I'm seeing it as much right now, but I think he would be a really good Tug Speedman, too. Okay. I think he'd be a pretty good Tug Speedman, falling on in hard times, trying to make his way back. I think he'd be a funny cat. I think
him stabbing that damn panda would be incredible.
Yeah.
He would have wore that panda's ass out. Yeah.
And wore it, that is funny. We didn't get to see that outfit for too long. That was a great fit that he had on with
with the hat. Oh God.
One thing that I just came to me that I definitely want to mention, and it's completely out of right field, but basically, I thought it was really cool how they paralleled the beginning scene and the last scene. Like they have the helicopter. They're leaving, they're escaping, they're being chased, and then it actually happens. And I kind of like the parallel between like how we end up at the same part, the crying scene. Those are real tears. That's the stuff accolades are made of. That's one of the most actually legitimately heartfelt moments of it, because these guys throughout this, and I think we've done a bad job of highlighting like the growth of the characters throughout this, because that's a huge theme of it. These guys, they do grow throughout it. Obviously, Jack Black gets over his drug addiction. Well, I guess he does, because he doesn't get the poppy. He has it's right there. I want to do all the drugs in the world, and he doesn't do it. But everyone, Sandusky ends up with a girl at the end. Al Pacino ends up with his guy with Lance at the end.
Yeah.
So that's the thing where like it makes fun of these things, but it turns it around. Kirk Lazarus lets the method acting go, rips off his blackface. There is that kind of washing and cleansing at the end of all of this, which I think is actually, that's where it's a saving grace in ways. It does have reasons for it in that growth, and then the parallel between the two first scenes, where in the first scene, everyone's in their vice world, or just struggling in ways, whatever way that may be, and by the end of it, all they've come to be entirely new people. So I think that is a cool part of it, and this is Tropic Thunder.
I love.
So I'm digging, too, guys. But
I love when Kirk is announcing the winner at the at that whatever sort of award ceremony. He goes, "Yes, Tug Speedman, Tropic Thunder."
And he points at him. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so good. Yes. Oh, it's awesome.
Did you see the other people they had nominated up there too? They had Tom Hanks in a wheelchair. They were still.
Wasn't it Sean Penn?
John Boy. Yeah, Sean Penn's blind and playing a piano or something.
I Am Sam. Yeah. Well, that's not what it is, but yeah, it's it is still very much making fun of itself in the end, but there is that growth. So that is something that you're, maybe when we were initially watching it years and years ago, when I was a little fella, probably didn't pick up as much, but there is that bit of a bigger message. If we really want to say that about Tropic Thunder, right?
If you really think about it.
Exactly. But good stuff, fellas. let's get on out of here. What's up next? It's my pick. My pick. And if you tuned in or are following the Purple Podcast media pages, you would see what's up next. You would know what is scheduled ahead for February.
Shout out Dana. Did she make that graphic?
Shout out Dana. She made the first graphic on there of the schedule, the calendar. So I love my fiance. She did a kick-ass job. Awesome stuff. Yeah! Mike's giving you fireworks.
There it
awesome.
is.
And we got more things coming. You're going to see some more stuff in that kind of, I guess, ballpark in terms of social media content. Yes, so follow. Sir. It is Purple Podcast, PRPL Podcast on all platforms. So check it on out. We're putting good stuff out there. We're staying on it. But we will have the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, coming up next Sunday. Looking forward to it. One of my all-time favorites. Here's a little sneak peek. 5-star one for me. This is a classic. That trilogy is about as good as it gets.
It's fun.
If not the best, I will say my personal favorite trilogy and probably just series of all time. So really looking forward to it. We also have a special guest. So that'll be fun. We'll have 4 people in the booth next week as well. Always fun to get some more people in here, enjoy the fun with us. So maybe it could be you, maybe you got a movie you want to hop on, send it our way if you're really feeling it. But looking forward to it. Guys, give us your goodbyes and we'll wrap it on up for the night.
Hey, well done, Os. Well done, Dad. Again, if not my favorite movie of all time, it's one of them. Tropic Thunder, I love it. I think that this is just one that you can watch with your people and have some fun and poke some fun at yourself too. And just it's one that kind of, I don't know, maybe takes the edge off the day a little bit. But guys, I think we're still rocking here. I'm loving all the developments we have. I'm so excited to be talking Lord of the Rings next week. You know how we do it around here. Sad Sacks Club, Purple Podcast, we just keep it moving. So that's me signing out. Appreciate you boys. Let's keep it rolling.
Let's rock it.
No doubt. Looking forward to Lord of the Rings. I got the pleasure of going to see that one with Austin. Man, that was awesome on the big screen. Long movie, but man, it's worth every second of it. Couple of lines that I've got to leave us with, guys. I'm head to toe legit. And guys, we are supposed to be a unit.
Suck my unit.
Suck my unit. And then Tug says later on, suck on that unit, Kurt. I just can't let that go. That was so funny to me. Good for you, Austin. Guys, appreciate you all. I thought this is kind of a tough one. There's a lot of, as we pointed out from the get-go, This is a rough one to do. This could offend some people. If it offended you, you're not on here right now, so we don't have to worry about it. I loved every minute of it. Again, yeah. I told you all this over a year ago. I'm probably not Father of the Year, but I got 2 great guys here that have been watching movies with me for years. Didn't do too bad, and they really have a thing for movies as I do, as you can tell. And we're going to keep bringing them to you all. Lord of the Rings next. Can't wait, guys. Good pick.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. And somewhere down the road, we'll find our ways to get into 2 and 3 because it will be an unfinished series. So we'll do that at some point. I've personally been hitting the theaters because they are back for the 25th anniversary of Fellowship coming out. And it's been a magical experience. I cannot lie to you guys. It has been something special to see that back on the big screen. And we'll talk about that a little bit more on next week's episode. But as always, guys, if you've listened all the way through, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. It means the world to us. Keep sharing it around. Keep spreading the good news. The Purple Podcast is up, and we are, we're not stopping. That's the thing. It's just not going to stop. You can fault us for many things, but it won't be our consistency because that is undeniable. Love you guys. Thank you very much. We'll be talking to you soon. And bye-bye.